I'm Tom.
And I'm Mary.
And together we are Momentary. This is
Day
17
of 8K. So, yeah. Yesterday I was not in the episode because I needed to take some time out to seriously think about my next steps and make some decisions. And Tom, well, you wanted to do an episode to make yourself feel better. So that's...
Yeah, it stemmed from an idea that you had that then changed. And it's interesting because we were here 11 days ago, 10 days ago. I did the maths because I've worn this same t-shirt because of the 7 and now 17 to reflect on things. And now one of those things was listening. We obviously know from day 15 of my tearful times, but just difficult times, that we kind of, from fear really, the project ended. And so yesterday, lots of kind of still upset, and still even today upset about kind of putting the blocks on something that maybe was a moving brilliance, if that is a phrase you can say. And we kind of went from doing a video to thinking maybe that's not the video to do, and then just kind of I got carried away again with an idea and ended up spending a long time doing it for no reason really.
Well, for the episode yesterday, but so the whole point of this project when it started was about me getting a place to do a master's, and then, you know, looking at other ways that money could be spent. But ultimately, I think, in reflection from the conversations we've had since day 15, that this project was really maybe different for us in terms of what we had invested in it. This is about my life. And this, from, you know, there's some things you said at the start of the episode on day 15 that this was something fun, you didn't want it to be stressful, etc., etc. And because this was going to be leading to an event which maybe could have made a difference somehow in our lives, it felt like there was a purpose, you know, that it was leading to a purpose, and then that got kind of cancelled. And so then I had to really think about, okay, this is about my life and where I'm going from here, and about achieving my goals and what am I actually going to do. So yesterday was really tough, and you know, I tend to be somebody who doesn't put my emotions on in public so easily, so you know, I do all of that in private. But it was a struggle, but ultimately I did make a decision. Dun, dun, dun. So I have decided to defer my place on the master's course for a year, and during which I will hopefully make the money to be able to make and save the money to be able to do that next time around. Meanwhile, you know, I've been reviewing my work. I have 8 novels in the works at different stages. Some...
Can you do a jingle about that? 8 novels, got a year to sort it, and then I'm going to do a master's before selling 8 novels.
Well, I would still, you know, before we started this project, I was actually in the process of writing synopses of those novels to get an agent, and then starting this project kind of took me off on a completely different tangent and took all of our energy every day into doing it.
I mean, you said like I wanted to not feel stress. I wanted to just be fun, and like certainly throughout the fun it's been a lot of stress, like always. Even yesterday was probably the most stress, you know, even away from kind of everything that's happened with the show. But like, I feel within this time we learned a kind of way in which when you both work on something, things can start happening, and it was a big part of this, you know, even before when the project started, was about this collaboration and this bigger, I guess, thing to grow something with other people and an agent and all of that, you know, I'd say a lot of things, lots of ideas, lots of kind of things to affect in the world essentially have come from this kind of project, but it has gone in very different directions. And I think you're right, like you said, you were invested in it in a different way, maybe kind of a career aspiration within it, and I was not really aware of that. So I think it's maybe a communication thing, and always knowing exactly what other people are experiencing and things like that, and what they're feeling, because I think we definitely demonstrated that we could collaborate on something together to channel some energy, like in a special way, and then that energy changed, because I guess if you're both pulling in one direction, it kind of is going to pop in a way.
Do you think that's what it was, that we were, I mean, you said one direction, but you did two different directions?
Well, no, that's what I
with your
mean.
hands.
We both were doing something, but then I guess maybe being afraid of something, and you having a feeling that this is what we're going to do for this reason, and if I have another thought on what the reason is, it can kind of carry on the path.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Like, we were both coming at, it seemed that we were doing the same thing, but actually our the purpose for doing it, what was kind of fueling it for both of us, was something different.
Different fuel.
Yeah. So the thing is, we still have...
Yeah. I mean, that's it, isn't it?
How many days?
This is
It smells.
17.
So we've got...
Okay.
We've got a few more days left till Wednesday of this project, and we have to see it through to the end and make videos every day.
Yeah, I mean, there still are things that we want to do, ideas we want to do. I mean, we still, I guess, will have a body of work, even if sometimes there's just my body in different shirts. No, the same vest, in fact.
Yeah.
I mean, something that I feel is important. That was an interesting noise. Is that there were points where people were kind of saying that we were really loving life and really enjoying that, and I think we were having those brilliant flourishes of like excitement and doing certain things and creating things together. And I think it would be nice to kind of get back to doing that within this time, because I think we were improvising and we were being positive about it and not letting fears kind of get in the way. And I think when you suddenly have a financial investment in something, it's a very different thing. So the whole thing about 8K, if we don't physically have that 8K that we're using, it's different to what you can do with 8K. It's a potential, isn't it, rather than a physical, right, this nest egg has to be used in a certain way.
Yeah. But I mean, I was always invested in it because it was about my life and my career. I suppose that's the thing. It wasn't just about like a theoretical speculation thing. It was about a real life step for me.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the key things that maybe we need to always ensure there's clarification.
Yeah. So I think tomorrow, the other day I listened to Tom on the radio, and he was interviewing the CEO of the National Centre for Writers. I think that's what it's called.
Yep.
Her name was Peggy. And she said that tomorrow the Writers' Centre in Norwich is actually going to be open to the public. It's at Dragon Hall, which is
14th century building.
Yeah,
right?
really amazing building. So I'm going to go there and talk to somebody and see what advice they can give me in terms of achieving my writing goals. I'm a writer primarily. I'm also a singer-songwriter, but writing is something I've been doing from a very young age, so that's something I'd like to do. Maybe we can make a show that's
I think again, if we can re-channel this kind of focus on it having a purpose, then we can kind of be recording liquid gold, memory gold, right? Liquid gold, flowy gold. Gold flows. It's going to be nice. We're going to do improv on Tuesday as well, aren't we? Yeah. We're going to get back to do some fun things.
Yeah, that will be a kind of, I think, hopefully a peak of the show.
Yeah.
For Tuesday at least, there will be some musical improv.
Yeah. Maybe that's a little show. We did joke about it being in our garden. Maybe things will happen in our living room anyway. Yeah. But I think it's key to get back onto the happy thing, and I certainly hope that we can keep doing things. I mean, we've created new characters that I think should be in our lives forever. Rex has a special place in my heart, as does drums. And I'm getting closer at working out the voice of some of them too, which is good. But yeah, I mean, I just want us to get back on it in a kind of happy together force, a momentary, a Tom and Mary, a momentary. You want to quickly try and write our word?
No.
MT.
I don't think
MT.
that's interesting. No, surely.
Whoa. Yeah. Oh, God. We should see what we can do with this.
Okay, I think we were supposed to finish at 8 minutes. It's now 10 and a half. So we will see you for tomorrow's episode of 8K.